All right. So taking a look at this work, um, it's not wrong. Somewhere in here, I think he missed something because that's not the answer right there. Um, and I think he forgot the original. Uh, the original started with 6 rows, and his first one he adds 3, and so I was saying I'm thinking you said a friend did this. I don't know if I'm just assuming it's a guy, but anyways, um, so I think he's also missing a 6, and then I think when he was going through here, that he missed one of these when he was adding it up because we get a different number, and we get it a couple of different ways. So first off, if you're going to write all this out, then kind of my first thoughts on this is what maybe you should do. And that is, let me move this out of the way real quick. So I did this on a Google Sheets. I know you won't get to use this, but it's just going to make it quicker for me. So if you were going to write all that out, then to me, the easiest thing to do is you started out with 6, and then the next row would have 3 more. So 9, then 3 more, then 3 more, and just write all these down until you get to your 18th row. Okay. Then you just have to go back and add them all up. I mean, that's kind of what he's doing. He did it in a little bit more complicated way. I was hoping that there was a more simple formula, and there kind of is, but it's still kind of complicated. And so, in the end, what you could do then is add all these up. I'm going to go down here real quick. The reason I did it on a spreadsheet is it can add it up real quick. So I'm going to insert a function, and I'm going to do a sum, and it should be 567 trees. So if you just start with 6, add 3, add 3, add 3, and write all those numbers down, and then add them all up, you should get 567. And we also, so I had a teacher friend that had a formula, and the formula, hold on one second, let me see if I can get to this whiteboard real quick. So the formula that he gave us was S of n was equal to n parentheses A1 plus A n, I think that was it, all over 2. And then A1 is your first term. So A1 would be 6 plus N was the 18th term. And then A sub N is the 18th term. So the problem is you got to go find that 18th term. Well, to find the 18th term, you have to do the sequence formula. And this was something I had mentioned, that there was a formula for sequence. The problem is it didn't add it all up. So the A sub n formula is A sub 1 plus the difference n minus 1. And so A sub 1 is 6 plus the difference is 3 because they're adding 3. And then 18 minus 1. And so if you work this out, this would become 17 times 3 plus 6. 3 times 17 would be 51. And 6 plus 51 would be 57. So 57. Okay, so now you would definitely have to have a calculator. Let me get my calculator right here. So we would have to go 6 plus 57, hit enter, 63 times 18, and then divide by 2. And you can see we get that 567 again. So to me, this is, I mean, if you know these formulas, that's awesome, and that's something you can do. I didn't know these formulas, and so to me, the easiest thing to do would be simply to, let me go back to the screen. All right, so to me, the easiest thing to do would be, you started off with 6 trees. So write the number 6. Then you're going to add 3 more on the next one. Write the number 9. Then write the number 12. If I was writing this down on paper, I would go 6, 9, 12, 15. But then you want to come back and you want to know what number you're on. So this was my first one, second one, third one. So I was using the 1 right there, the 2, the 3, and I went all the way down to 18. If you're doing it on your own, then you just want to make sure that that you're labeling these till you get to the 18th one, and then just simply go back and add all these together. To me, that would be the easiest way. I was just looking to see if there was something more easy than this right here. So this is kind of what I would do. It is what your friend did as well. Your friend just did it in a really more complicated way. He, so instead of just adding 3 to the number before, he was always taking 6. And he was always adding it to 6, which is correct. It's not wrong. The only reason he got this wrong answer is somewhere when he was adding all these back up, he had to have forgotten one of the numbers. So that's probably the only reason, because all the work is good right here. Other than the fact he did forget the first number would just be 6. And so this right here represents the 9. This would represent the 12. This would represent the 15. So he was doing it right. But he did forget the 6. And then, like I said, somewhere in here for him to be so far off, he just forgot to add one of these in there. So all his stuff, like I said, was pretty good, other than forgetting that 6 right there. So, but like I said, this is what I would do personally. And then if you understand the formulas, I don't know how far you've come in math, but I still struggle. And so now that I've been taught this by one of my friends, I'm like, okay, I understand this now, but I would not have known this at the beginning, and or I didn't even know you were supposed to use this or anything. So, all right, well, I hope that helped.